This is a 2014 Mazda 5 minivan. I've got this car on the lift because I'm replacing the lower control arms. Let me show you what's going on with the control arms. This is one of the control arms. I've already replaced it. This is the old one, and it came off of the driver's side right here. Now I'm going to go through the process of replacing the entire control arm for the passenger side, but let me show you why it was necessary to replace this. Going in a little bit closer, you can see the amount of play this bushing has. It should have 0 play. This is our replacement for the passenger side. It's in this bag so you cannot really see it. It's TRQ brand, which I think stands for total replacement quality or something like that, who knows. But I got these as a pair, both left and right, from Amazon at a very affordable price. I'll include a link in the video description. So the lower control arm goes from the subframe over here to the knuckle and hub assembly here. On this side it's attached with the ball joint, and on here we have the bushings for both sides. Now for testing this on car, you can take a big screwdriver, poke it in here, and see if there's any motion. There should not be any motion at all. As far as removing this, we have one bolt here which is 19 millimeter. We have 2 bolts here which are 17 millimeter, and then we have the through bolt for the knuckle, and that is 14 millimeter. All the fastener bolts are out. Now I'm going to use this pickle fork to separate the ball joint, and since we're not reusing the ball joint, the new ball joint comes with a control arm. We don't care about damaging it. That's why I'm using the pickle fork. It drops right out, and this one has just as much play, if not worse, than the other one. You can see all that movement. Here's a trick for getting this new control arm back in place. First, start by getting this side of the control arm with the bolt started in. It doesn't have to be all the way. Then I'm using this post jack. If you're doing this on the ground, you'll need a floor jack to push this bushing upward so it can slide into place onto the subframe, okay? Because if you do not push it up like that, it's going to want to hang down and you'll never be able to get it onto the subframe. Now you can just hit it with the hammer and it'll slide right into place. Here you can see I've tapped it with the hammer and both holes are lined up. I can put the bolts through and then I can release the jack. So after we get these points started, all we have to do is line up the ball joint with the bottom of the knuckle and then just tap it in. Use some lubricant, WD-40 or whatever, spray it on there so it slides in a little bit easier, but just tap it in from the bottom. So here we are, everything is back where it belongs. On some cars you might find that it helps to take this tie rod off of the knuckle. This gives more freedom of motion to the knuckle so that it'll fit more easily onto the ball joint down here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this repair, and we're going to take it for a road test to see if it sounds any different than it did before.